It is the National School Walkout Day today, commemorating the 19th anniversary of the shooting at Columbine when 13 people died during that horrific event. And an event that really, marked the beginning of the era we're in, which is an era of school shootings. And we'll say how prevalent it is in a minute. But first, here's some photos, some images of what happened all across the country today. They're from Chicago there were people out in the streets with hands up, don't shoot. More from Chicago, protect kids, not guns, tons and tons of kids. There were people in every single state in the United States, books, not bullets, signs like that. And all the way back to, this is Parkland. That is actually one of the Delaney Tarr making a sign. Delaney was one of the, Parkland kids that emerged from that event. And then in Arlington, Virginia, Washington Lee High School, kids took to, walked out of school at around 10 a.m. and had 13 seconds of silence was kind of the standard to commemorate the 13 who died.
I love that the kids are active. And when you're gonna be shocked to find out that when I was in high school, I was an activist student.
Really? That's very hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. It is a bit shocking. I would raise my hand all the time. If there was a protest, I was in it. And it didn't really matter. Back then I was theoretically a Republican. Not that I knew what the hell I was doing in high school. But I'm like, there's a protest.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I think the interesting issue to me is that a lot of these kids that we're calling them kids are gonna be 18.
Yeah.
And the midterm elections are coming up. And they get things that we didn't get as 17, 18-year-olds. Like they know 1/3 of the seats in the Senate are coming up and they're ready, I'm sure, to use their vote. If they're ready to walk out, I'm pretty sure they'll make it to the polls.
So I believe that 100,000 kids in California, if I remember that story right, have already gotten ready to vote, even though they're 17, they're going to be 18 when the election comes around. So they are planning ahead. And so I told the story about myself because back then, yeah, there were important issues. There's always important issues. But now their lives are literally on the line. Right. So if ever there was a reason to protest and have it be super important and have it be nationwide, this is it. I mean, they're barricading themselves in certain situations, as you'll see in a little bit, and one shooting after another. Before my time, they used to practice getting under their desks in case there was a nuclear war, which I always found to be absurd. Like, if a new kid's being under your desk ain't gonna help you much.
It just gives you something to do.
Let's leave the building. Let's leave the building.
Yeah, tunnel under something. I don't know. That is weird.
Right, but now it's real, right? And it's not theoretical, and it's not either the world ends or it doesn't. No, there might be a shooting at your school at any moment, and your life might be in danger, and it keeps going around and around and around.
We talk about 17-year-olds as young as 10 years old. This is a story that got some traction around the internet today. A 10-year-old named Delaney. Today, my husband stood by my 10-year-old daughter because no one else in her school would. 10 years old, and I saw Melissa's avatar picture, and I was like, I know that avatar picture. I have communicated with Melissa before. That's her mom, and she is a Young Turks watcher. Let's go to the next graphic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I said, any statements for the Young Turks? She said, oh my God, I love you guys. Second, you're a part of why she's this active, which made me feel really great. She watches the show every single day. Could you say hi to her daddy, Steve, on the show? He found TYT and he freaked. So hi, Steve. You're doing amazing. I've got like chills. You're doing amazing work, and no doubt raising an amazing daughter. And what you're doing is making a difference.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about the numbers that have happened since Columbine. There was a very powerful piece done by the editorial board of the San Diego Union Tribune. They did kind of an artistic installation of the word enough with the names of all the people who had died in school shootings since Columbine, and they came up with these statistics. Starting with Columbine, there have been 85 school shootings. Those shootings have killed 223 people, including students, teacher, and staff, and factoring in the average life expectancy, that adds up to 11,017 years of life cut short by gun violence. And it's crazy because there is one school district that canceled their walkouts. Why? Well, we look at it. School walkouts have been canceled district-wide in Marion County after a school shooting at Forest High School in Ocala, Ocala, Florida. So today they couldn't do their school shooting walkout because of an actual school shooting. There was one injury, someone was shot in the ankle. The suspect was in custody within a little bit of time. And they said that the shooter was standing in a hallway and fired at a closed classroom door. The shooter then dropped an unspecified weapon, ran and tried to hide one of the boys. This is a story from a boy who told his father.
So the shooting happened in the school an hour before they were going to do the walkout to protest shootings. And the shooter, it appears based on the initial reports, is also a student at the school. And this reminds me, and well, you know, it was actually one of the Parkland kids who made this point in the first place, and I hadn't thought of it until he said it, that remember, if you train the teachers to have a gun and to shoot the perpetrators, you're basically training them to shoot their own students. So if a teacher had a gun,
right,
and this kid had pulled out the gun and shot and hit someone, the teacher would have pulled out their gun and shot and killed her student.
Yeah, that definitely underscores the point of the protest. If they're staging a protest for gun violence and then there's gun violence, I do like how the kids, as we're calling them, are tying together, I guess, everyday gun violence to the mass shootings and the school shootings.
Yeah.
Because they're going to Chicago, they're going to these urban areas and saying, hey, you know, you might not have mass shootings, but there's murders happening every day in your community that are affecting kids and high school kids and younger, and they're tying it together, which I think is important to recognize that mass shootings obviously get more headlines and they're more splashy, but there's gun violence every single day that's affecting kids.
Yeah.
Yep. And look, if we had any part in helping, you know, as Steve and his wife and his daughter are saying, I couldn't be more proud. If we have actively engaged young people in this country who'd like to actually take their government back and have it go back to being a democracy and represent them, and we contribute even a tiny percentage to that, we could all retire off that. So thank you guys, and thank you to all the students who participated in this, because you're making this country a much better place to live. If you like this video, bless your heart. We got a lot more where that came from. We do a full show every day, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy it ad-free by becoming a member, tytnetwork.com/join.